Wisdom by Poetri. For the Bible says that she is the truth, the real deal, the thing that separates her from all the rest, that set apartness. She goes before you, after you, and all in between you, that dopeness. Beautiful, fine like wine, incredible, unique, that thing. Privy to the mysteries of Yahuwah himself, I thought to myself, I got to meet this wisdom. I gotta get to know her. Where can I find her? It seems that I bump into her every now and then she leaves me and all, then she's off, not to be seen again for a while. I got to sit down with her and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with her every single day. There is no way that I can waste another second of being without her. If nothing is richer than wisdom, why am I searching for anything else? I don't do second place. My face only shines with first place. I don't believe in second place participation trophies. And if the Bible says wisdom is where it is at, I need to get with her. I need to get where she is. Meet her at her place. Pick her up and follow her lead until she ends up at my place. I need to sleep with her. Bathe with her. Get her all over me like skin. I want to dig in so that she is in every crevice of my being. So much that even when I pass gas, she is in the smell. I want her in my eyes, so my vision only sees good judgment when I look out. I want her in my mind, so intelligence is in every thought. Get her in my hand, so I only pick up righteous things. I want her in my tongue, so that I have a sense to know when to speak and when to stay quiet. Oh, how I desire her in my legs, so I can walk with integrity down the narrow path. Please, wisdom, come into my heart, for I know it is deceitful above all things, and it can sway the intentions of its ways. I need to love her more than I love anything else. Because if true wisdom comes from Yahuwah, the answer to all my questions, the answer to all my concerns, wouldn't it be wise to seek her out? The one they say is more precious than gold and silver? So I'm praying to you, Father Yahuwah. I lack wisdom. I'm asking for her. Like you said in James 5, and it shall be given to you, you said. Hallelujah. I can't wait to meet her and live with her forever.
Well, that's how you start the broadcast, okay? Broadcast. Peace and blessings to the family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio, place for knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born a Lot. And I'm here with one of the greatest poetic minds in the universe. Okay, I heard there was poets on other planets, but ain't nobody messing with our brother in no solar system. Okay, let's welcome by God's grace and the presence of the Most High One, our brother, a warrior, a father, a man, a husband, a remarkable being. Okay, a remarkable being back here to his other home, his home away from home, the one, the only, Poetri the Poet.
Ah, 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 ah.
Let me see if I can channel a little. Y'all see me, babe. Appearing live on Broadway in Deaf Poetry.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
For poetry.
What's going down, man? What's going down? Thank you for that great intro. I need to have you follow me around. Wherever I go, you can start that intro.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I am ready. It's yours. If you ain't earned it, you wouldn't have got it. I tell you. You did it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
2 nights ago, I was with Tyann Nebula and Christopher Michael, and I got the chance to see them perform in this poetry spot, and it was amazing. It was transformative. When I had young, aspiring, spaces to want to write, the art of spoken word,
Mhm.
you, Georgia Me, Black Ice, Shihan, all of y'all were very, inspirational in me wanting to pick up a pen to write. I thought I was gonna rap like everybody else. that I
Yo,
had a few
even
minutes, and
me,
then yeah, I had a
even me.
moment where I thought I was gonna be a spoken word artist. That was a moment, right? And it passed, but the pastime of respecting the craft and the art of what it means to enthrall the mind with words, to paint pictures and
Oh,
to help people find themselves again that may have lost themselves, through the art of spoken word and poetry. I
yeah. Oh,
definitely
yeah.
have to give y'all some love because it's an amazing feat to see. So
Thank
poetry
you, man.
brought us here, and poetry is you, and
Thank
you
you.
are poetry. So now we're
Very.
writing books. Okay, we're writing books. Take us
Yes,
on the
yes.
writing journey. Okay, you went from ripping stages and microphones and opening up poetry lounge and all of these things, all these
Yeah.
amazing things. And now you're sitting still in the space enough to write and to bless us with books when it ends. You know, have to put the S at the end because you got books. Okay,
Yeah,
so
got plural, got plural.
yes, so
Yeah.
take us through your writing journey, poetry, please.
Well, I'll start from the latest one, because it took my wife 20 years of nagging. You gotta you gotta put all your poems into one book. I was like, I don't want to. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't feel like doing that. You know what I'm saying? But people want to hear all your poems, all the great ones for Deaf Poetry Jam, all the ones for the poetry now, all the ones spoken. And I was like, I don't want that. So one day I got a call from a teacher, and she said, do you have your poem urges? It's a poem, you have urges on in a book?" And I go, no, I don't." She's like, "Oh my, I got a student who really wants that poem. Please, can you put it in the book?" I'm like, "Okay, you know what? This is the second person. I mean, billions of people call me about the poems, but so I decided to put together a book based on her and my wife. So got a new book out right now of all the poems, there it goes, all the poems that I've had in my career. Not all of them, but all the favorite ones, all the hot ones. And it's volume one because I couldn't put them all in there. Couldn't put them all in there, but all the ones that people have asked about and begged me to put in a poem in the book. So it's called Everyone's Favorite Poems by Poetry. So I'm actually happy about that. Let me turn my thing off here. Turn my blur off. Where is it? Where it is? Uh, turn my blur off. Hold on. So exercise. Okay, blur. Turn blur. Okay, there you go. There you go. So it's called Everyone's Favorite Poems by Poetry, Volume One, and you can get it not yet because it would be yet, but before the thing we tried out something that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? It's on spokenfunkhd.com. Um, tomorrow. Get it tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. It won't have this little great thing. It's just so it has all my greatest poems in there, all the poems I did for that poetry jam, the poems I did for Broadway. There it is. Yeah. So all the poems that just urges and other poems that people have liked throughout the years. So I kind of started off at the end with that smile on the face. So,
I love it. 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 I get to read money. Okay,
yeah, that's
I
what
get to
everybody's
read.
saying.
I get to read money. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
That's what people are telling me today.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so yeah, so definitely go get a copy of that. And
I get to
read
read
Money,
Krispy
Dating Myself,
Kreme.
read
Okay,
Krispy
dating
Kreme.
myself.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I get to read monsters. Okay,
Ah,
I, I,
yes,
I get
yes.
I get to slob on the pages and be like, "Poetry, don't be telling nobody I was over here crying reading." But
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So tomorrow, make sure all you listeners go out and go get that book. About 15, 16, about 19 poems in there of my greatest hits. I call it, it's like greatest hits album. But it's a poetry. And when I said that to somebody, and they're like, "Yo, why don't you make it a greatest hits album?" I was like, because you might like my man Jay Diden. So I gotta think about something to record these. I probably am, but
yeah, we need them. We need them. We
yeah,
need them. We want them. We need them. Okay. We waited 20 years. Okay, we could wait a couple more months, but
yeah,
it's in
yeah.
demand. We in demand.
It's in
We're in
demand.
demand. Yes. Poetry has a Grammy now. Emmy, Tony, and now a Grammy. What does that feel like
Yeah.
for the genre that you love so much, that you dedicated so much of your life to be recognized in
Well,
that way?
I don't have a Grammy yet. I will though. I guess you just put it your God's ears to your mouth. I have a Grammy, but I don't have a Grammy yet. But I have Tony and an Emmy, and that is just that is enough to blow me away because I never in my life would I thought that I would have had a Tony and an Emmy. And never in my life did I think poetry would come out to be able to get a Grammy. So now that's how to be able to get a
Right.
Grammy. I'm gonna go for that too. But it's just it's really when you think about it, poetry when we started back in the day. It wasn't a thing. You didn't think, oh, I'm gonna be on Broadway with this poetry stuff. You just did poetry because that's what you love doing. It's your passion. You know what I mean? You just
Right.
did.
Right.
You weren't thinking about somebody coming to put you in a commercial or anything like that. You just did it because you love to
Right.
do it, and that's what the problem with some of the poetry is nowadays. People are, now that these outlets are open, Tony Award, Broadway, Emmy, commercials, Grammy, they're performing, they're writing to get that. You know what I mean? They're just this
Mm.
poem is gonna be just that. It's gotta be deep. It's gotta be, and you know, I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of the genuine, heartfelt poetry,
Right.
and it's hard to see those. You see them every once in a while, but don't see them as much as you used to. Because back in the day when you used to when you couldn't win nothing, everybody was speaking from
Right.
the heart. But now
Right.
people are speaking from the money, speaking from their wallet.
So that's an interesting look at this genre that you love so much and that you dedicated
Yeah,
most of your adult life to,
yeah, yeah,
poetry. So now we
yeah,
see a space that was very genuine, a space that was an outcry to the world. Like these things are happening, around the world. These these good things, these bad things, these everythings. People
yeah.
are writing about them. So from Abio Dune to poetry, you know,
Well,
there's a there's a lineage.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah,
lineage,
yeah,
and you made poetry feel great. You made poetry feel great, like to hear where you go and the concepts you come up with.
yeah.
There's so many things to talk about, so many things to write about. You gave us all aspects, and you
That's
continue to
that.
give us all aspects. Now, young people are writing again. Young people are writing
Right.
again and have an interest in writing. So, what does it feel like to be in the gap with that and witnessing people who wasn't reading, people who weren't writing, they're back reading, they're back writing, and they're telling stories now.
Well, I teach poetry workshops, unlocking voices, all around the nation, and it's amazing when I go to these kids. I used to go and to get them right. Now I'll go to them and they'll
Mhm.
have 4 or 5 kids in their class that is what I give them a prompt or whatever I do, and it's so their poems are just amazing. It's I mean just like
Mhm.
what have you written a poem for? That no, it's my first one. There's so much hurt, pain, and you know what I mean, out there, and they're writing about it, and it just comes from your heart, and you can really feel these kids writing. My dad did this, or my mom, or whatever the case is, whatever the poem is, you really feel it, and I'm honored. I feel honored that I am able to go up to schools and teach this art form to people that don't know and people that do know. It's nothing but an honor. I walk out of every workshop class I teach just like in awe, with my mouth jaw open. I'm like, oh my, did you hear that poem? It's just
Mhm.
amazing. It's amazing, and I thank Yahweh for allowing me to live this long to see this.
Definitely glad to be reinvigorated, re-inspired.
Yeah,
To know that
yeah.
it's still going forward. Like this aspect of the culture is still going forward, and there's still young minds that are interested be-
Yeah,
before
and they
the
and they inspire.
awards.
Yeah, before they even know about it, and they inspire me to write. Just keep
Mhm.
writing. Because it's unbelievable.
Yes, 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 yes. So, what do you want people to take away from the words you write?
It's changed. When I first wrote, um, I was just writing, and literally, I wasn't writing for somebody to take anything away. It was all because this is what I felt. Now, what you took away
Mm.
from it, like when I wrote "Dating Myself," that's a poem just because because I was tired of women. I was like, nah, I'm dating myself. You know what I'm saying? And little did I know that. I mean, that's just it. What I wouldn't write this for you, for anybody else to sit there and think about it and you ponder. But many thousands, millions of people have seen that poem and written me letters. Oh, thank you for writing "Dating Myself." It's helped me to get to know myself. And I was like, whoa, I don't, really? Yeah, okay, good. I'm happy. You know, get me to sit down with myself and understand myself. Like, oh, hey, okay, good for you. So I had to learn. Um, I had to learn that my works of my feelings inspired other people. You know what I mean? To do whatever they do. But now that I'm getting older, like the poem you just read, it's still it still is about. I don't want to sound. Does this sound crazy? Yeah, it does sound crazy. The poetry is for me. So when I write wisdom, it's what I'm going through. My whole poetry thing is that's why this book is so important because it's how I wrote and what I'm going through now, what I'm going through then. It it's all written down. You know it. It's right there. It's for you. Now you guys can take it and learn from it and do whatever you want to. But I didn't do right. I don't write for teaching or anything like that. It's just we are all human, so we all go through the same things. So if I
Mm.
write something that's like dating myself on money, if I write something that this is for me, but I know that now that I'm older, I know now that other people are having the same problems, and they can relate to that. So if that made any sense, I don't know if that made any sense because I was rambling.
Made perfect sense. I love it
Uh,
because I speak
yeah.
Rambleese.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
speak
speak
Rambleese.
Rambelisa? Okay. Oh, good. That's good. We should have a good dialogue because I ramble constantly.
Yes. So, what's one of the craziest places that you've been where you've written, and then what's one of the craziest places things that you wrote a poem on?
Oh man. So I'll tackle the first one. the craziest places that I've been. What is it? It's the craziest place I've been. What's the first one?
Yes, craziest place you've been in, and you wrote there.
Oh, and I wrote a poem there. Well, this automatically I think of I did a performance at a workshop at a school in West Virginia.
Mm,
It's an elementary school, and after the workshop or after the performance, one or two, after the performance, I think I was signing autographs. Child, this was about this is about 20 years ago. This is about 20
mm,
years ago. So I hate to go back now and see what's going on. When I tell you, when I asked them their names, so I'm writing them. Okay, what's your name? No Kalisha. Okay, how you spell it? Noabcdef G. I was like, what? I was like, that's a weird name. Next, what's your name? ABCD. ABCD? A, B, apostrophe, D, C. I was like, this is every child in this West Virginia had a crazy name. Like everyone, I was like, I had to write a poem about it. But that's a poem that I keep secret to myself because I don't want any of the kids to grow up. And, but it was blew me away how every there was no Jack or John or Bill or whatever or even the black names. Like there was no Tyrone, Alicia. It was all crazy as I don't know what names. So that has got to be the craziest place I've ever been. Now, and the second part of the question is, what's the second part? What's the second question? Because my grandmother niece.
hey, I love it. I love it. The craziest thing you wrote a poem on.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
could have been.
Ooh,
It could have
that's
been anything. Could have been
man.
anything.
What is the craziest thing that I wrote a poem on? Wow, I don't even. Sheesh. Cause I write pretty crazy stuff anyway, so I'm trying to think the craziest. Man, I can't call that one. I cannot. Mm, I can't call that one. I've written so many crazy stuff. Of course, when we're done with this interview, I'll be like, "Oh, it should have been done." All this stuff, thinking like, "Oh yeah, I wrote that crazy thing about you." But I cannot think about what's crazy. Yeah, I can't. Must be the chicken, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk
Mm,
about um, when I was a young buck. I was like 19, 20, and this girl came up to me at the beach and was spitting game to me. I was like, this girl spitting game. So I naturally we went out and all that stuff. And when we went out, she was like, okay, I can't stay out too long. I have to go home. I'm like, oh, good. What for? Well, I got to do my homework and all that good stuff. And my mom's gonna get mad at me if I don't. I'm like, oh, so I was like 19, 20. So I was like, oh, so she's in college and she still respects her mother. That's great. She'll do her homework. And she's like, well, I go, what school is you go to? What college you go to? She goes, I go to what was it? Locke Middle School, whatever school it was. I was like, middle school? You go to a middle school. When I tell you, this girl looked like she was 25. This girl looked like she was 25.
mm.
And I was like, I gotta take you home now. Now. So there's no question. Luckily we didn't get too far into the date where, I'd be rested right now. But yeah, that had to be crazy. It's called Must Be the Chicken. And I refer that back to the meats that we eat, the hormones that they put inside these chickens go inside of us after we eat them, and it makes us look older. Men, mostly women, because men, you know, but women look older, get bigger, and all that stuff. So must be the chicken. What I call it.
Must be the chicken.
I got that's in the book too. Must be the chicken's in the book.
Mm.
So
I saw napkins from Jimi Hendrix, receipts. He was writing songs on the backs of
Oh
receipts
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
all kind of stuff. They, they said there was a bunch of napkins that Tupac had, and he ran out of notebooks. And he was writing all this stuff in all these notebooks, and then he started writing on the napkins. He was writing on all these things. Like he just had to go. Whatever was in him, he had to get it out of him, no matter where he was.
Right, right.
So I thought about that. I'm like, okay, I have poetry books, and every time I fill up a poetry book, it disappears. So I never had them. I never had a. I have some pieces that I wrote and typed up for class, and I kept them. Those are only the relics, and I don't go near them because if I start looking for them, they disappear. So it was so many
Yeah.
green books and green notebooks. I'm like, there's some dope poet out here, okay, with a whole bunch of material because every place I was, we wrote something. I had that moment in space of where I was reflective, and it's gone. So it was written for the ethers. One day I'm gonna find some
Yeah.
some badass poet out here.
Besides some of your stuff, like sound like me.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't even remember.
I never even wrote on napkins or things like that because it pissed me off because I would say I don't know what I'm gonna learn. I don't know what I'm gonna learn. I would say, oh, I gotta write that when I get home. And
Mm,
I forget that when I get home, I'll be like, what I say I'm gonna write? What it's supposed to be?
yeah.
Yeah, but I to this day I still do that. I'm like, oh, that's a poem right there. I'm gonna write that when I get home. Man, I forget when I get home what I say I was looking at a tree. I don't know what I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be meant for when I'm at the computer, right? Or at a table, right? Or whatever.
Inspired in that moment, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's about the
They got
moment.
these where they record your voice, some voice apps or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that. You just
yeah,
listen, say
yeah,
it in your phone. You got to do
yeah,
something
yeah,
in that moment to
yeah.
remember it. Otherwise, just as quick as it come, it goes. It's like,
I got masterpieces out there. Masterpieces that I lost.
mm, greatest performance memories for you.
Man, greatest performance memory. I would have to say every night on Broadway. I have to say that
Mm,
because literally when we performed on Broadway that first night, it was so electrifying and so amazing. That was like I turned to Georgia Me and Black Ice, and I was like, "Yo, we get to do this every night." And they just laughing like, "Man, yeah, poetry. You need to do this every night." I was like, "This is amazing." So literally every night on Broadway was just something that I would relive over and over again because it was so much fun, unbelievable. I mean, if I was to do Broadway again, it's unbelievable to perform from a live audience, like thousands of people. Just oh my god, it was amazing. It was amazing. So that would have to be my. I mean, I performed everywhere, all around the world, but that would have to be the most memorable ones every night on Broadway. Every night on Broadway was amazing.
yeah, I think that was epic. I was like, poetry on Broadway.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
did my
It was like,
Beyonce Bay voice appearing on Broadway. That had to be amazing. Y'all put together a super talented. It's like all my favorite people came together, like and formed
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
poetry Voltron. It's like,
Yep, yep, yep.
amazing.
Every single one of those poets was just that were on the show was just that's why it was so fun to do because not only did I get to go out there and do my thing, I got to sit back and listen to these dope 8 other poets do their thing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is amazing. I was backstage like, this is amazing. So, and the crowd loved it because the crowd didn't know about poetry as much, and got a lot of people that knew about poetry that came, but a lot of people didn't know, like, oh, what's this poetry thing? And they were just amazed. That's why I wanted Tony, I guess.
There's a question here. It says, advice for a poet authoring an ebook.
A poet offering an ebook. So, how's he write one, or was it?
I think they're in the process. So I guess that's a question. What advice do you have for a poet that's looking
Write
to
an
write
ebook.
an ebook?
Man, write the ebook. That's that's what I'm saying. Write that ebook. Um, I hate I hate promoting. So the best bet is if you can write the book, because that's what I do. I write the book. I got an ebook for this too. I write the book. And if you can have somebody promote it, then that'd be cool. But if not, it's just you. But definitely write. Just write that mug and put all your heart in it, and make sure again, make sure the poems are from your heart. Because nobody can argue with your heart. They can disagree with your heart. They're like, I don't agree with that.
Mm.
But there's no way I'm looking at you saying that ain't real. If you write here from your wait, is my heart here? Where's my heart? I guess somewhere around there. If you write, if you write this, yeah, if you write in this from this region, you'll be straight. Don't write from your brain because your brain just thinking money and all that stuff, all that good stuff. But yeah, write from your heart. That's all. That's the best advice I can give you. Write from your heart and put it on book, put it on ebook, and let the masses feel it.
Mm.
So you're reading questions from somebody else. They're emailing you questions.
Well, they just put one up on the screen here.
Oh.
They said they're working on the poetry
Oh,
ebook.
comments. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a comment. Oh, advice reporter. Oh, okay, not yet working on poetry. Okay, Ron, what's going on, Ron? That's good. Okay. Not now. I can see that's Ron, my man Ron. Okay, I don't know who he is, but write that ebook, brother. Write the
Like,
ebook.
did I ever hear the love story?
Between me and my wife, me and my wife's love story, how we met.
Yes. Did I ever hear the story? I don't know. I think I did. If not, I would love to hear it. That's my favorite episode on Martin when they tell how they met, and Martin tells his
Uh,
version, Gina tells her version, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle, in the midst of it. Like he
yeah.
walks in with this tape talking about, "I want to be everything, baby." He does all of that, and then the end,
Well, in my
he's like, "Your man, okay, your man, my man." So
well in my case, there's only one truth, and it's the one I'm about to tell you right now. Whatever my wife says is falsified. It's not true. It's all right here. The truth is all coming from me. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, she met me. She was stalking me. You see what I'm saying? That just gonna sound crazy. She's stalking me. Everywhere I went in LA to perform, she was there. I performed here, everywhere, and we started. Everybody knows me. We're like, she, who does she like among the crew? Because who she say who she who Dante Jamel, who does she like on the crew? Because it couldn't have been me because it was somebody. It wasn't me because I was the funny one, and I was the guy, the funny one that the girls came up to and said, "Yo, what's she got stuff?" That's the guy who I'm the guy, the funny one. So it wasn't me. So, but then I found out one time when it was about the 80th time she's going to the same shows that I was, that it was me. So she officially stalked me, and we went out. And the rest is pretty much history. Pretty much history.
Honest to the stalker, because we got a book. We got books with an S because she
Yeah.
stalked you. So I appreciate it. Okay. We appreciate her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? I'm a handsome fella. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
That's our story and we sticking to it. Okay.
That's it. That's it. That is it. Don't ask her though. Just know that that's the story.
Snap. This has been amazing. I appreciate your time, your love. And tomorrow we getting the book. Okay. I'm getting a couple copies
Yeah,
of the book.
tomorrow.
So some lucky
Tomorrow.
subscriber, some lucky great person is going to be fortunate enough to be blessed with this book on me. So I'm gonna get a couple copies tomorrow, and we're gonna give some away. Y'all not get mine.
I'm
Mine
talking.
getting the autograph. Okay, mine getting the autograph. I don't know what y'all's is doing, but mine. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely get a side
Mine
copy.
was
Definitely
so
get a side copy.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. I think I got to get two for me. I have to read one, and then one I got to put in the frame in the vault and be like, yeah, I got that from poetry. Don't go in there. Okay.
That's the poetry room. That's the poetry room.
The poetry room. That's it. I
Yeah, man, I had a
appreciate you,
blast,
much
man.
love,
Thank you, man.
your family. You know, may the Most High continue to bless you abundantly for your great works and for that great mind that you possess. It's a healing mind. It's a transformative mind. It's one that's inspiring for people all around the world.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Ladies and
That means
gentlemen,
a lot.
the one, the only, poetry the poet.
Muskegon, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, poetry.
My money's been acting funny lately. And I don't mean ha funny. No, I'm talking strange, weird, different type funny. This time, money's gone all out, leaving me, showing up, then leaving as quickly as she came, ignoring me, treat me like a poor man. What'd I do, boo? All I ever did was love you. Maybe too much, because now it's like we ain't cool no more. We used to be road dogs, inseparable. But lately my money's been acting funny and I haven't seen money in months. I got more than a hunch she's playing me, trying to make me jealous, hanging out with other fellas, always in some other brother's pocket. I try and tell her, man, those other guys are just using her. They just using you, money. She don't want to hear me. She don't want to hear me. She don't even return my phone calls. She don't stop by the crib like she used to. She won't go to movies with me. She won't even go get nothing to eat. And you know a brother can't eat without money. Don't you know I miss you? I want you. Okay, I need you to survive. My life revolves around you. I can't replace your money. Believe me, I've tried. There's only so much bread and water I can take. Call me spoiled, but I remember the days when people used to see us at the hottest clubs, the expensive restaurants, all the high-priced stores. I made sure I looked good with money. I treated you right. I never abused you. Did I? Did I abuse you, money? Did I get used to you hanging around and now you giving me a taste of what it feels like to live without you? People still think we're tight. I mean, they still ask about you. I don't like them all in my business, so I just reply, you know, money and I aren't as close as we used to be. My money's been acting funny lately. I can't even call out a name when I'm shooting ball. Oh, I saw her the other day in Beverly Hills. She didn't even acknowledge me. She looked at me like, how you get in Beverly Hills? Like I don't belong. Ever since money hasn't been around, I feel like I'm losing my other friends too. American Express, Visa, Discover, now they starting to act shady. I think she's spreading lies on me. I tell you, I don't know what I did, but my money's been acting real funny lately. And I don't know her anymore. And my life ain't the same. Never will be the same until money comes back into my life. So if you see her, or any of her cousins, because she got a whole bunch of family running around, let her know that I miss her, that I love her, and I want her to come home.